Okay, so in the last video we talked about component testing. We created one simple component called user, and we are showing only first name and last name. It shows like this. We're just displaying first name and last name, and we tested that with unit test. We are testing if the first name is displayed properly or not. In this video we're going to explore testing in more detail. We're going to write our first asynchronous test. So this is a simple component. There's nothing asynchronous about this component. So we're going to make this component a little bit complicated. Suppose the user also shows age, but initially the age will be hidden. If you click on a button, the age will be displayed, right? So let's implement that at first. I'm going to add age. Age I'm going to get from here, from the properties. So in the properties type, I'm going to add age as number. Now definitely I have to add age here. Let's say the age is 25, and also in the test I need to add age 25. Now you can see that we're showing age, but initially we want to hide that age, and on click of a button we want to show that age. So for that we definitely need one state. So I'm going to add a state in this component called show age equals to use state. Initially show age will be false. Now use state is a boolean, so in TypeScript type I'm going to add boolean, and it returns one array, so I have to deconstruct that array. Show age. Okay, I have imported use state. Now if show age is true, only then I'm going to show this paragraph. So you can see that we are not showing age now. Now I'm going to add one button called show age, and on click of that button we're going to set show age. Okay, I need one setter function also. Set show age. Set show age true. So here I'm using one state show age, and set show is the setter function for that show age, and on click of that button I'm setting show age as true. Now you can see we are showing one button called show age. If I click on that button, then we're displaying that age. Now we're going to test this functionality. So if you go to this user.test.tsx, I have already written one test for this, and that is testing only the first name. So let's write another test called test age visibility. That is the test name, and then I'm going to write the function. Here I'm going to write our test. So definitely I need to render it first, so I'm just going to copy paste this render. First name, we're not going to test first name here, so I'm just set hard coding the first name as f1, last name as l1, and age also I'm setting as 25, because we're going to test the visibility of age. Now the question is, how can you test the visibility? So definitely we need some test ID for this element age. So we have already added this test ID age. So I'm trying to get that element using screen.get by test ID age, and I can write expect this age element to be in the document. This is a function provided by React testing library to test if something is in a document. So now initially age will not be there, so I'll just add a not operator here. So I'm testing get by test ID age not to be in the document, right? Now if I run the test, you should see the test will fail. Okay, the reason is that it is unable to find the element test ID. So initially age will not be there in the document. So this function get by test ID, this function will fail. It will throw the error. So how can we test this? How can we test the negative scenario? If something is not in the document, how can we test that? So if you check the React testing library documentation, you can see the queries. So we have three types of queries. We have get by, we have query by, and we have find by. So till now we have only used get by test ID or get by anything, but it starts with get by. So what it does is, if you use get by test ID or get by something, get by class name or something like that, then the React testing library will try to find that element. If it is not there, it will throw error. That is the problem here, because we are testing negative scenario. We are testing something is not in the document, right? So for that we cannot use get by, we have to use query by. So query by will return null if something is not found. If something is found, then fine, it will return that element. And we also need find by later, but I'll discuss about this later. So for now we can use query by. So if I remove get by and add query by test ID, now execute the test case, it should pass. Yeah, it is passing. So this age is not in the document. Now you have to click on the button, right? We have this button, we have to click on this button. How can you do that? So first you have to grab that element. So how can you grab that button? Definitely we'll use test ID, screen.get by test ID. What is the test ID for that? I have not yet added, so let me add that. Data hyphen test ID equals to show age button. I'm going to use that here, show age button. Now if I go to the example, the first example of React testing library here, this is the example of one button click. React testing library provides one object called user event. Using this user event we can click on some button. So let's import that user event, then dot click, and we have to pass this element. So this function will click on the button, but also this function is one asynchronous function. So the thing is, we have to wait for the click to happen because it will take some time, and that's why we need this function to be async function. So let me add async keyword here, sorry, not here. And this function is an asynchronous function, so let me add await. So it will wait for the click to happen, and after that we can query the age. Now if you execute this, let me check, it may fail now. So query by test ID age to be in the document. Now I'm expecting the age to be in the document. Let me test this. Okay, it is passing because we have added await here. So just after clicking the show age button, we can see that the age is available. So we can use age to be in the document. Okay, now let's talk about this find by query. So get by query, I already explained that get by will immediately search for the element. If it is not there, it will throw error. Query by will not throw error, it will return null if it is not found. Find by will actually return one promise if it is not available. If it is available, it will directly return it. If it is not available, it will return one promise. So we can use await find by. In this example also you can see here await screen.find by role heading. That means if the element is not available, if the heading is not available, but in near future we are expecting this to be available, then we can use await then find by. Your entire test function will be asynchronous. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something. If you liked it, please hit like, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section. I will try to answer them all. And if you're liking the series, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet in the next episode.